Okay, guys. So in the previous video, we have discussed the variables and what could be the data types of the variable. We have seen there are three types of data types, and that could be string or integer and float. Float are those that have the decimal values, and string are those that should be placed in the double quotes or they contain the letters with them, and integers you have seen that simple and digital numbers, those values which contain the digital numbers without any decimal value, they are called the integers. And we have also discussed the rules for suggesting the variable names, that at the beginning of the variable name that there could not be any digital number. Variable name should always be begin with the letter. Either it can be in the lower case or in the upper case. That's not the problem with the variable name. But I want to clear it to you that this language is the case sensitive. But in the variable name, there is no case problem. Okay, so in our this video, we are going to discuss what are the list in Python. Okay, take a deep dive into the code. Okay, you can see this was our previous notebook. I'm going to continue same in this video. What we are going to discuss here today, we are going to discuss lists in Python. So for the list in Python, there should be the variable name, so whom you are assigning that list. So I am taking here my name as a variable, and then I am going to make a list. Okay, in the list, if you want to store any string value in that list, so you have to make a double quote. Then if you want to take any integer value in that list, you don't have to take the double quotes, you just write that integer value. Then if you want to take any float kind of value, that could be like this, so you similarly for this you don't have to take the double quotes, and it is going to store in the variable name Yusuf here. And if I write just Yusuf, and it is showing the list, and if I print Yusuf, it is going to show me the list. Okay, so in Python, if you have studied the C plus and C sharp programming, you all know that so in the other languages there is also a list, but in that list you cannot store the values like different data types. In one list you can store only string, or only with the you can go with the integers, or only you can go with the floats. But in the Python it gives you the flexibility to for storing multi types of data types in one list. So that is the advantage of Python programming. Okay, you have stored different kinds of data types, and that could be string, float, and integer in any variable by putting them in a list. And for the list, you have to remember large bracket. Always use the large bracket for the lists. Okay. So in Python, you have to remember there is a concept of index. So what you have right here, if you start counting from here, this would be your this here the index value would be 0, and here comes the index value 1 and then 2. So in Python the index value comes from the 0, not from the 1. So you start counting it from 0, 1 and then 2. So you have write many if you have a long data stored large data stored in a list, and you want to print some particular index, so how you can print it? You just write Yusuf, and I make the bracket that shows the list, and in that list I want to print this index value. So this is at the 0 index, and it is shown that at the 0 index there is, and it is present here, this value is present. Similarly, you can also print the next index values, like if I use in the list and then print 2, it has shown that at the index value 2 this is the value, at the index value 2 this is the value stored in that index value. Okay, what if I make a list of some large list? I have stored all these value in a list, and you all know how to access this particular value. Like if I want to access the value my, you just write the variable name and then make the mark of a list, and in that list you show the index that it is 0 and it is 1. You just write 1 and it will show you my. Okay, what if I want to, if I just write here Yusuf, it is you are seeing that it is printing the whole list it is printing all the values. What if I don't want to print the whole list? I just want the list from some particular value and to that particular value. So how can we do this? I just write here I want from this value, and this is at the index 1. I write here 1, and then I write here colon. I use colon until that index, and this is 1 2 3 4 0 1 2 3 4 and 5. I want till the 5. And in the Python, what will be the end value? This will print -1 that end value. If I write there the 5, it will -1 from the 5 and give me this value that will be present at the 4th index. So I want the values till 5th index, so I write here, I mentioned here 6. So you can see here this give us the value till the 5th index, because I write here 6 minus 1 5. It gives the 5th index value, and starting from the first index my, and this would be this was 0, so I didn't mention here the 0, so it has given me the value from the first index till the 5th index. 6 minus 1 5th. Okay. what if we want to get these value in two parts, like let me show you something. I write my variable name and I just write 1 to 6 values, and then again I want 0 to here 0, 1 and 2. Okay, it is showing the error to me. So there is a syntax problem in here. So just leave it for time being. What else can we do with the list? See, we just see here, check this out. If I write the variable and then I write, okay, I am going to make a new list here, and that would be of numbers, so that would be easier for you to understand what I am going to make you understand. Okay, I have made a list and I stored in this list the numbers from 1 to 10. So it has been stored in that variable. What if I want to only print these numbers one after with the gap of 1. Just I want to print 1 and then 3 and then not 4 after 3. I want 5 after 3, and then similarly I want 7 after 5. So how can we do this? Just write my name here and mark of identification that we are working with the list, and let me check this. I am not sure about this. Let me check this. I want to print this from the 0th index and till the 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So I just write here 10. It is going to print all these numbers, and if I write here 1, it hasn't done anything. If I write here 2, okay, this is our step value. What does this mean? There's a step value. I take a step of 2, that after 1 I take a step and then I jump from the 2. I lift the 2 in between and then I jump to 3, and then after 3 I jump to 5, and then after 5 I jump to 7, and then after 7 I jump to 9. Okay, here whatever range of numbers you want to left, you have to describe in here. If I describe in here 3, it would leave 3, it would jump to 4, and then 5, and then 7, and then 10. And what if I want to get the last value? Just let me have a check at this. I took the wrong variable. Okay, let me discuss this one thing from you. If you want to count from left to right, you have to take the index from 0, then 1, then 2, then 3, then 4. And if you want to calculate from the right to left, you have to take the index at the last value from -1, then -2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, so here What if I write -1? Why it is showing that empty list? I just copy pasting it down below. And then in the executed in the next cell, what I have got here. Okay, let me check. I want to make you are seeing the list here 1 to 10. I want to make it in the reverse order. Okay, so where were we? I said I just want to make this list shown to you in the reverse order. So how can we do this? We just simply type the Yusuf1 dot reverse keyword for this, and then I use parenthesis, and I just want to make you show what I have. Yeah, you can see that it has reversed the order of my original list, that is starting from 1 to 10, and it is now starting due to this reverse and parenthesis keyword, and this is starting from in the reverse order from the 10 to 1, from -1 to 0 index. Okay, what else can we do with the list? How to replace the elements in the list. So if I again type my list here, it is showing in the reverse order. So what if I want to replace what if I want to replace 10 by some any other value? I just simply type here insert keyword with the name of my variable Yusuf, and then I make the mark of the list, and this you can see that index of 10 is 0 here. So okay, I want to store here any string value. I made changes and not in my that list. Okay, if I write here Yusuf1, you can see I replace the value 10 with a string value, that is the coding. What if I want to make changes in the two values at a single time? I just write here 0 and then 2. So I want to change the and in this my value I want to change my this value, and I want to change my this value. in the first I type there, and in the second index there. Okay, it is giving the error. I was not sure, but I was just checking what will it will do. So in Python it is not the actual way of doing this. I put them in the list. This is not going to happen in that way. Okay, so leave it for the time being. What if I want to what I have just done here, I replace the value from any value to another value in the same list. What if I want to add more values in that list? So how can we do this? So one, we just use the dot append keyword, and then I add the parenthesis here, and if I write user1 here, you can see this. But in the append, and with the append keyword, all the thing you append will be added in the list, but at the end of your original list. At the end of the original list, your new values will start to added in the previous list. You cannot append, under my knowledge, you cannot add any kind of value in the middle of the list with this append keyword. So you can see here I have added your list. A new keyword is here at the end of your new list or your previous made list. Okay, now we have made a list. We have seen many much things in the list. Now what I want to do, I want to delete the elements from my list. So how can I do this? Let's see. I just use the del keyword for removing the elements from the list. I just write here my variable name and dot tab, and at which index I want to remove that. I want to remove 0, 1, 2, 3, 7. No, at the third index. I want to remove 7 at the third index. It is showing the error. Why it is showing the error? I used the wrong brackets. It is still showing the error. Wait. Here I use the wrong syntax. Del in the use of one and variable, and in that variable the list index 3 I want to remove. And if I write use of one, you can see that at the index 3 there was a 7 before for the use of this del keyword, and by using this keyword I have just removed it from the index 3, and now there comes 6. Okay, and this is the method for removing elements from the list. Okay, what if I want I have a list, and from this list I want to take some value, and I want to store that value in some other variable other than the variable I have assigned to that list. Okay, and this other variable I want to use in some other work. Okay, let us start by making a new list here. Just take a variable here use of ysf and make a list. hello, I am okay. What if I want 0 1 2 3 at the index value of 3? I want to take this variable, take this value and store in, want to store it in some other variable other than this variable I have declared to that list. So what should I do? I have take another variable that would be ysf1 and I use the pop command here. And is equal to what was my previous variable name, that was ysf dot pop, and I use the parenthesis here, and in the parenthesis I am going to mention the index value 0 1 and 2. I want to store this in another value, so it is at the index 2. You are seeing I have typed here 2, shift enter, and if I write ysf1, there comes a value. And okay, so you are seeing that I store from, I made a list, and from that list I pick a value from the pop keyword and from a particular index, from a particular position, and then I store it in another variable, and I am going to use this variable value in my print statement. So in the previous video I have told you there are the many methods of string formatting. So what I have discussed this for you, first I am showing you the previous method of string formatting. Just add something and you write here the name of the variable, so it is going to print hi there and then the value of ysf1. Another method of string formatting is, I am going to discuss the string formatting method all over this video. Not I am going to make a separate video for discussing the only the string methods. So the next method is by adding a plus sign keyword. So what I want to be in the string, and I after that I just use the plus keyword, and then the variable here you are seeing that it has added, and this is string value, and after that it has added to this value. This is the value in the string, and after the plus sign I have added this value. So this was the second method of string formatting. Okay, now I am going to make a new list here, that will be ysf2, and I am writing here the numbers that are not in the true order. Okay, these all are the numbers I have stored in the list ysf2, and you are all seeing that these numbers are not in the order. What if I want to make them in the order? If I want to make them in the order, what should I do? F2. I just made another variable to store the value after getting list function. So dot sort. If I type here a, it is not print. So now you can see here it has arranged all the list elements in the proper order. 0 in the first and 1, and then all the numbers are coming in the proper order. So okay, what if we want to I have discussed with you how to show the list in the reverse order. There is also another method of showing the list in the reverse order. I just write ysf2 dot sort, and here I write reverse is equal to true. Then if I write ysf2, it is going to show you in the reverse order. By default this reverse value is false, but if you mention the reverse value is equal to true, it is going to make your list in the reverse order. Okay, we have done so many things related to the list, and the last thing which is left regarding list is how to calculate wait a second, we can also sort the letters, alphabet or English letters like A, B, C, D by using this sort method. We can also do that. So the strings can also be sorted by the sort method. So what if we have a list of the elements and I want to calculate how many elements I have in that particular list? So I just write ysf2 dot length. Let me check if this is correct. No, it is not correct. Okay, I just use the len keyword, and then I write the variable in which I have stored the list, and there are 11 elements in that list. Let me count: 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 and then 11. Okay guys, take care. That's it for this video. Keep practicing all the concepts with the new ones. Okay, take care.